What's up, guys?
What's up? What's up?
So I feel like I wanted to make this video like in the very beginning, but we had to get out all of our like reaction videos to the pregnancy and all that first.
I feel like we've been so built up on like content and like everything. Like we really haven't filmed a whole lot in the moment right now because we are so far ahead with the reactions, ultrasounds, like all this stuff. So
we need to answer questions. Like I think the only reason some people know is because in some of those like reaction videos I like mentioned I think the due date like just randomly, but I haven't even like said even on my Instagram or anything like what the official due date is, so I don't even think everyone knows, just like any kinds of questions. So I actually asked in my broadcast channel on Instagram.
Sophia's heart condition as well, we'll touch on that.
Oh yeah. So I asked, it's free to join, it doesn't cost anything or anything. If you go to my Instagram I have like this little BFF group chat and you can just join it, and
it's literally a group chat.
Yeah, we just chat in there. So I asked everyone on there to ask us questions for a pregnancy Q&A, and everyone asked, so we're gonna be answering some questions from there. And it's like a whole bunch of the same questions, so I just took like one of each of those questions.
Whatever the most
asked
question. Yeah. Okay, what is the due date of this sweet baby girl?
So the official due date is October 26th.
Which is insane because that means this baby could potentially be born on Mary Marin's birthday.
No, that would be,
I guess you would get, hold on, what are the reasons people go over? Wait,
because like it's such a guesstimate, like, cause it's really just such a guesstimate.
Like baby's weight maybe not be enough and stuff like that. Like, you know, because I hear
they
sometimes
they have to guess when you conceive. So if they're a week off, then you're gonna have the baby a week later.
And if you don't like go into labor by yourself, maybe. Like if you want to go natural, then you could go over your due date. You see what I'm saying? I'm acting like I'm like an OBGYN right now.
What are you talking about?
Okay, what is the reason someone would go over their due date?
Because they haven't gone into labor.
That's what I just said, brother.
Okay.
We're on the same team.
What?
So October 26th is the due date of this sweet baby girl. Will MM go to the hospital or will you wait for her to meet her at the house?
So, obviously if like everything goes as planned or goes well, you know, to the point where she can come to the hospital, which she should be able to.
Yeah.
We want to bring her to the hospital. So
yeah, like after. She's not just gonna be like chilling at the hospital while Soph is in labor and stuff. She'll be with my parent, and then
back at the house.
Yeah, your mom will be at the hospital. So.
And then we'll have them bring her whenever we're ready and everything. So would love for her to come.
And by the way, if you're new here, MM is our other daughter that is 18 months old.
And if you haven't been keeping up, we're having another girl.
Yeah, so
crazy.
Surprise, surprise. And also, if you're new here, you better subscribe. And if you're not new here and you're not subscribed, I'll find you.
Okay, really quick break while we're talking about all things baby and kids. I want to tell you about a baby brand that has become my absolute favorite with Mary Marin, and I know is going to be a huge favorite with this next baby. The brand is called Little Spoon, and basically their whole mission is to make parents' lives easier and kids healthier. They're actually the #1 baby and kids food brand in the US, so I feel like that completely speaks for itself. So what I'm holding is their baby blends. I actually have a ton right here. They're organic, non-GMO. They come in over 35 plus flavors, so they're really good for picky eaters. There's a lot of options and so much more. I'll include more benefits of them on the screen, but like really, there's so many yummy flavors, and they just come in these cute little containers. Their products are completely free of junk. They've literally eliminated over 100 plus ingredients from their products that are commonly found in grocery store brands. And not to mention just the time and thought that it frees up from each meal time. It will make your life so much easier, just trust me. Little Spoon offers a subscription service that you can pause, cancel, or edit at any time. I love when a brand does that. Everything is delivered straight to your door. They have so many meals and snacks for babies all the way up to the big kid stage. These are organic kale apple curls. Mary Marin loves things like this. So anyways, I could just go on and on about the quality and convenience of Little Spoon. So if you want to give them a try, thankfully they gave us a code taylorandsoph 30 that will get you 30% off of your first order. So I will put a link on the screen in the description so you can find it easily, and I hope you guys can give it a try, and I hope you love it as much as we do. I'm very confident that you will. So thank you so much to Little Spoon for sponsoring this video. So we have like a bunch of different versions of this question, and this was like a really big ass question. So if you know, we live in like a basically like a tiny home. It was actually like a hunting cabin when we bought our property, and we like
renovated,
flipped it over into a little house.
Flipped it over.
Flipped it.
Okay, I was like, flipped it over.
And so it looks just like a cute little tiny home, and it has a kitchen. We don't have like a dishwasher.
Don't have a dishwasher.
Our washer and dryer on our porch.
We literally had to install our washer and dryer. Now our porch is covered and everything, but it is outside. Like, so when it's 20 degrees, you'll be doing clothes outside.
Oh, and the pollen, our washer is like yellow, and the pollen.
I told Soph she needs to get into like sourdough and stuff. She could do like the whole homesteading. We have no technology.
No, I mean we're living the simple life, which I love it. So we have 2 bedrooms, but they're like very small. Like, we have a king size bed. You have a little bit of walking room around the bed. Like enough to fit Marin's crib back.
To put it in perspective, our house is like probably like 1,050 square feet or something, but it is very nice, and it is perfect for us and one baby. But
so going into that, we have a bunch of questions like, are Marin and the new baby gonna share a room? Everyone's asking, does adding one more baby to the house speed up your plans to build a bigger house, or is there room in your current house? Are Marin baby? So everyone's asking just all kinds of questions like that. So if you don't know, Marin's actually still in our bedroom. Up until recently, our extra room that we had was like a big storage room just for all of our stuff.
We went from a 5-bedroom, 3,000 square foot house to a 2-bedroom, 1,000 square foot house.
So we had to put our stuff somewhere. Then we just built like a big shop on our land, and we were able to like basically put all of our storage in there. So that cleared up that room, but that room now is basically like a big playroom for Marin. So we don't know the exact plans. I would keep Marin in my room.
We're definitely gonna,
as long as I can.
Yeah.
Depending how she does, like I want her to sleep, right? So if the baby comes, and the baby's gonna be like in a bassinet beside the bed with us. Depending how Marin does, like if she can't sleep in her crib well with a baby in there, we would probably just put her in her crib in the room next to us.
That gives Soph a panic attack right now.
It's so close. I'd probably keep the doors open. Like, I don't even know. So we're really just gonna play it by ear. We have options.
We want to make a nursery, but again, we only have one room, so it's like, what do you do? So
the nursery's pointless, but like I want each of my babies to have a cute nursery.
Yeah. So we're kind of walking through that, but all that to say, no, it doesn't necessarily speed up our house building process, because we already had like
planned for this.
Yeah, somewhat of a set date of when we wanted to build, and that was based off like financial goals and stuff like that, just because we try to be good stewards of our money. And it looks like, Lord willing, that we'll accomplish that goal and be able to build a house. So
before we would probably have baby number 3, we should be good in a bigger house, because I don't think 3 kids would be. It might.
And guys, I refuse also to talk about like the house stuff, because Sophia over here wants like a Biltmore castle.
I love.
So hence why we've got to have some time, brother.
I love the simple life vibes, but I also just love like England style. So it's just hard.
All I hear is dollar signs. Do you have any names picked out? Any names you've loved for a while? Question mark.
So we're actually gonna make our next YouTube video is gonna be a whole video about names. So
and it's gonna be legit. You guys will have to stay tuned. Okay, we've gotten so many comments, questions, statements, everything about.
So sweet. Yeah. It makes me think they're like thinking about me.
Obviously they are, because we haven't brought it up, and somewhat on purpose. We haven't brought it up that much, like Sophia's heart, just because we don't ever want our like social media to seem like, oh, they're doing it again, they're doing this for views, they're doing this for money, they're doing this. Like we've always tried to be.
I was like, I don't even feel like bringing it up.
We've always tried to be as real as possible with you guys, and I'd say that's pretty much the reason we haven't brought it up on any of our social media, like really touched on the topic that much as far as your heart condition, just because we don't want that to be ever thought about us, I guess.
That's what I've been telling Taylor. I'm like, I don't even know how I want to go about it, because it also feels weird, like so much has been going on, and it's like weird. It feels like I'm keeping something.
Yeah.
Like to an extent. Like, yeah, I could go on and probably not share, but at the same time it could have a lot of effect on, I may have to go early again with this baby, like a lot of things. So we knew we'd just probably share with you guys, but like we'll just throw it into a like small video like this and just like update those who are curious. So if you aren't curious,
and we may, as time goes on, we may end up updating who knows, but we just don't want to be over dramatic, and there's a lot of things that we don't know right now. So that's another reason is like, we're not going to come out and say, oh my gosh, it's this, it's that, it's this. and be totally wrong and like over dramatizing it, you know, because from the outside looking in, that would seem like we're just like wanting views and money and just not being truthful.
So, keep a story short. I'm really bad at keeping long stories short. But with our first, I didn't start having, I have Wolff-Parkinson White heart condition. You can look it up. I won't go on into all that if you aren't familiar with our situation.
Basically, she just has an extra electrical pathway in her heart.
Yeah. So, I basically, like, as I grew up, I became almost asymptomatic, but I had always been told by doctors that, like, pregnancy could cause issues.
Yeah.
And I kind of always had that in the back of my head, but I was so asymptomatic that I was like, I don't even think I have this anymore. Well, we got married, got pregnant. Not until I was 20 weeks did I start having issues, and then it just got worse and worse and worse as I got
Sophia couldn't drive. Her heart rate will get up in the 230s, 220s, 240s, to the point where she literally passes out or is on the verge of passing out. And these episodes will last like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 15 minutes. It really just depends. All that to say, Sophia ended up having a ablation, which is where they go and burn the extra pathway to obviously try to prevent it from happening. I mean, they just
like to get rid of it.
Yeah, they completely exterminate that extra pathway.
So we thought that when I did that, they had told me that they removed 95% of it and left 5% because the 5% that they left was touching my AV node, I think.
Yeah.
And that would have been kind of dangerous to mess with. And they were like, I don't think this is going to cause you any issues. So we thought I was good. Well, I was like, I guess I truly won't know till I get pregnant again because, you know, I'm not really having any symptoms when I'm not pregnant. So we're pregnant, and as of right now, I'm only 16 weeks pregnant, about to be 17. So I definitely didn't expect anything to come on so soon because the first time I noticed symptoms was a few weeks ago. And so basically, I started noticing the exact same symptoms. I started having episodes this time.
You notice it to be worse this time, it seems like, because it's earlier.
Right, super early. Like, if I'm 16 weeks now, this happened 11 or 12 weeks.
Yeah, it was way early on.
Basically, I just noticed, like, the typical episodes that I have, and they were long. Like, they were the ones, same as when I was pregnant with Mary. And then I started having... There's a whole story about this, but we were traveling and we were boarding a plane.
Guys,
and
I'm not joking. She passed out. We're boarding the plane, walking down the aisle, completely gone, eyes rolled in the back of her head in the middle of an airplane aisle.
And like, thank goodness, like, I wasn't by myself because like, I could have hit my head.
She wasn't holding Mary Marin, thankfully.
Yeah, so Taylor caught me. But I had a whole pass out experience. They had to check me out, like all the things. We've had to go recently to the ER for things.
It has been, we've been to so many doctors, it's crazy. FaceTimes. Yeah. And Soph saw like one of the best doctors in the country at the Mayo Clinic, and that's where she had her surgery.
Which
so it's not like we're
I still think he's the best. I'm meeting with him in 3 days for the first time to talk about all this. And
so it's not like we're like we're doing everything that can be done. So
the main thing I'm talking about, I'm like, is it gonna be? I want to know if it's that 5% that's causing this, or like, is it possible that a new pathway developed or something? Yeah, so kind of just a lot of unknowns and like, what is causing this? What's the deal? I'm just kind of bummed that I'm so early in pregnancy because I hated having to be on medication because I don't even like to take Tylenol when I'm pregnant. I don't want to, like, that would be horrible if they told me like I couldn't drive, which obviously I would want to do whatever's safest. But like, you know, it's just a bummer that all these symptoms are happening so soon and could last all the way through the end of my pregnancy. And I also wanted to like not have to get induced this pregnancy, which I don't know if I will, but based off of everything that's going on, it's very likely that I'll have to get induced early just to be safer. So we're gonna keep you guys updated. Again, I'm trying to keep it like somewhat short so we don't talk about the whole video. But a lot has been going on. So thank you to those who have been asking. Very much appreciate it. So
obviously prayers are much needed and much appreciated. I know all of you prayer warriors last time we kind of talked about this, and it definitely did help. Jesus is the way. So thank you guys.
As of baby's healthy, like nothing's going on with baby right now. That, you know,
everything looks great. So
that's great. I'm like,
it's gonna stay that way.
Yeah,
it's gonna stay that way.
How do you think Marin will react when baby girl gets here? We don't know, y'all. So I think Marin loves like babies. Like if she sees a picture of a baby, if she sees herself in a reflection, anything, she says, baby. Like she loves babies. But I think it's just gonna be more so if I'm having to nurse
Yes,
or not be able to grab Miriam Marin right when she wants
Miriam
me to
Marin's
grab
the
her.
biggest mommy's girl. Like, guys, you really don't understand. Like,
mommy's girl don't even scratch.
It's not even. She'll just scream if she sees Sophia walk away. Like, Sophia's not even leaving the house. She'll just
like from here
go to the
that
bathroom.
corner. Or if I turn my head and Miriam Marin's right there, it's like
she's.
And I love it. Like
she's that's Sophia's dream.
Yeah.
So it's no complaining at all. But all that to say, I think there will be like some sort of like jealousy.
And I think that's normal.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's normal. I think she'll think it's cool at first, but once she realizes the baby's not leaving, the baby's coming home, the baby's gonna touch her toys and stuff like that. You know, it's like, you know, that's what will be interesting. And at that time, Miriam Marin will definitely be able to talk fairly well. So it's gonna be. I'm so excited for the journey and to see it. I mean, it's gonna be.
I hope she doesn't get sad because I'm like, Miriam Marin, we did this for you. Like, I wanted to give her a sibling young. So they will once they get older, like.
Yeah, I mean,
she can play with the baby. Oh my gosh, she's gonna love it. But yeah, we're unsure of what's gonna happen, but we're gonna.
You guys are gonna be there too. I mean, we're obviously gonna be filming everything, so you guys will see too. As someone whose parents decided to wait to baptize until we were ready ourselves, do you two, as a couple who are on fire for the Lord, plan to baptize your kids at a young age, or let them make that decision when they're ready? I wouldn't say me and Soph have like necessarily like super talked about this, I guess, and I think that goes to say like we're pretty much on the same page as far as I know. Definitely let them make their own decision. Just because personally I think that is the point of baptism, is that public announcement and public declaration of yourself to say, I'm following Christ, I believe in Christ, I believe he died on the cross and rose 3 days later. So I would say, yeah, definitely gonna raise them in the way of the Lord and allow them to make that decision.
And we'll definitely tell them about what it is, like as they get older, and tell them like whenever you're ready or you think you want to.
Let's go, babe.
I mean, I wouldn't tell. Yeah, I would. I guess they say like baby dedications, but that's more like I don't think there's anything wrong with a baby dedication. That's more like saying I'm gonna raise them.
Well, yeah, that's the point of a baby dedication. Yeah. Is it's more or less for like the parents to say, hey,
we're raising this baby,
and we need the church, you know, to somewhat keep us in line and have wise counsel around us. So.
But yeah, as far as like the actual baptism and everything, whenever they're ready, when they're older and they want to.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We can't wait for you to be with us in life and be with us on this pregnancy journey.
And we'll definitely do like multiple more of these as like we get into third trimester and just as things come up. So always just join my broadcast channel on Instagram. Just go to my page and you'll see it like in my bio, BFF group chat. That's where since those are my BFFs, I ask them the questions all the time. So if you want to be like in the next video or something when we do a Q&A, go join. And next video, like we said, will be all about baby names. So stay tuned.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We love you guys. We love Jesus. We'll catch you in the next video. Taylor and Soph.
Out.